గ్రౌండ్ లెవెల్ అన్నమాట. వాట్ ఆర్ దోస్ సెట్ ఆఫ్
login just to create new package. You can call them as controllers. Okay. We'll create a servlet. Servlet. Next. Finish. So add the servlet API to this application. So right click on the project, click on build path, configure build path, and add external JS. This is Tomcat 8.5. Okay. So let us take a different. Does it support? Tomcat 9. Okay, let us take this. Inside this library folder, you can find servlet-API. First, welcome page. Okay, create the welcome page so that it will be displayed whenever the application is started. Okay, so click on web content, click on HTML. So consider this name as index. You can change the file name or else home page, home.html. Home server. Home.html is created. So have web.xml, right? Open this web.xml, and here the file name is not index.html this time. Okay, we changed that to home.html. Okay, so let it be and remove all these things. Save this. Let us write something. Welcome to session. Mistakes. So this is web.xml, not here home.html. Okay, so this is home.html. Up this let it submit. Done. Type is equals to submit. click here to login. Save this file. Okay, so let's add server to this. Run on server. So web.xml. Save. Okay, remove this and restart the server. It is already started. Okay. Welcome to API Systems on the Java programming session. Okay, click here to do login. Okay, so as of now we didn't do anything for that, right? Maybe we can add some form action. Now we will see method servlet names. Okay, login servlet, and now you see the method. Method is equals to get method. This is form. Save this. Server is already started. Okay, you can just retry this. Just we added form. See what it is saying. 404. 404 means resource not found. Okay, you are mentioning that this is the servlet and this is the type of the method. Whenever you click on this login button, it will trigger an action. So in turn, it will try to call the call this servlet. Okay, action. Okay, call this servlet. What is the type of method? Type of method is get. Okay, get post. See, do you have login servlet? No, we don't have login servlet. So let's create login servlet. Or else home servlet. So I'm just writing this for logging purpose. Okay. ఏ సర్వ్లెట్ని కాల్ చేస్తాం, ఏ సర్వ్లెట్ కాల్ అవుతుందో తెలుసుకోవడానికి ఐఎమ్ జస్ట్ ట్రైంగ్ టు ప్రింట్ దిస్. ఓకే, ఇట్ విల్ ప్రింట్ ఆన్ దిస్ కన్సోల్. ఓకే, నాట్ ఆన్ ద అవుట్పుట్ స్క్రీన్. So let us create one more servlet. Okay, servlet. What is the servlet name? Login servlet. Next. See, this is URL. See what I mentioned here, login servlet, right? So mention here. login set. Okay, so save this, close this. Now, stop the server. So let us start. Okay. Run on server. This browser is similar to this. Okay, click on login. See, login server. Servlet login. See, see the output here. We have discussed the service method, right? How many times the service method will be called? Whenever the client requests the server, for each request a new, not new, for each request a service method will be executed, right? This is the proof that it is executing. Okay, everything is a new service. Okay, see how many service that is executed. You are requested this many times. Okay, so how control is flowing? So we have how many files? We have 3 files. First one is home servlet Java file. Second one is login servlet Java, and third file is home.html. These are Java classes, and this is HTML version. So first is what is happening at the first. So what is happening when you enter this URL? Localhost 8080 login app. Whenever you enter this URL, first it will try to search for the welcome page. It will go to the web.xml, this XML. It will go to this web.xml. So what it will do? Sir, whenever you run the application, you will try to search for the welcome page. Okay, this is the way you can mention the welcome page. If you are not interested, then it is fine. Okay, but if you are interested, you can mention like this. Okay, welcome file list. You can mention any number of files, but art will follow top to bottom. Okay, if this file is not identified, you can also create one more file, file, index.html. Let me create one more HTML file. Index.html right here. So, save this. Now control on. Now run. Okay. See, remember one thing. If you made any changes to the HTML pages or CSS or JavaScript files, you need not to stop the server. Okay. But whenever you try to change the Java code, just shut down the server and then do changes. Okay. After doing all the changes, then restart the server. ఇలా సర్వర్ని హోల్డ్లో పెట్టేసి మీన్స్ రన్నింగ్ స్టేట్లో పెట్టి కోడ్ని చేంజ్ చేయకండి. ఇట్ మే కాజ్ సమ్ ఎర్రర్. ఓకే, but you don't know why it is happening most of the times. So this is HTML file, right? Web.xml ni change chesina kuda you need to run the server. Why? Because this is the configuration file. It can be configuration changes there, it should reflect to the container, right? So that's why you need to restart the application. Okay, just store this. You will see no difference. Okay, for the first one. No difference. Okay, but let us stop this. Instead of home, let me add my home. I'm saving this. Okay, let's try. See, this is still showing the same code, right? What is happening? Because it is already deployed in the server, right? So it will be some copy will be stored in here. Okay. So let's remove this. Before that, let's stop the server. So I'm removing the application which is running inside the top. See, still it is showing that. Just try to. Server is already stopped. You will get like this. Server is not running. Can't reach. Let us run. It is not happening. Stop it. Okay, it will be but it should work like this. Index.html because this resource is already available. Okay, then what? Login form. Let us create. Okay, I already created the login form. Okay, so it is available here. Just copy this and paste it here. Okay, let's open and see. This is the code we have entered already. What I did extra is action method get login servlet. So this is login servlet. Let's stop the server. Control Shift S. It will save all the edited files at one click. Or else you can use this. Okay, save all. Okay. Let's run now. This is login server. See, this is login. So if I click on this, nothing will happen. So nothing will happen. Okay. Next, we need to make something happen. Okay. Whenever I click on this login, the data must be submitted to the servlet, corresponding servlet. Which servlet is serving this request? Okay, which servlet is going to serve this request? That is nothing but login servlet. Okay, whenever I click on this login servlet, it must go to this servlet. How can you say that? Because if you see here, this is URL pattern. Okay, slash login servlet. Okay, so let me mention capital L, save this. So data is submitted here. It should redirect it to login servlet. So whenever this request is sent to login servlet, we need to do something that will be done here. See here it is called right a login server. It is already called. Let us see. Click on it is called only one side. Okay, let us see. Only one time it is called. How to get the data? I have given username and password, right? So request dot get parameter by name. Second. String. String pwd is equals to request dot get parameter by pwd. Okay. So let us try to print these two texts. Save this. See, whenever you make changes to the servlet, the container is automatically restarting. Okay. See, just now at what time? 2:49, right? 2:27. Just it is restarted. Okay. Started. Completed. Let us see here. Username is null and password is null. Right? So one more request has been sent. One more request has been sent, but no form, right? So click on login. Now there is some control flow issue. First, what is the page we are seeing? This is this page, right? So what is this page? Home.html. In home.html, we are directly redirecting to login servlet, right? Instead of login servlet, we will redirect this request to home servlet. Okay. Hope you understand. Instead of redirecting to login servlet, we will redirect this to home servlet. Okay. Control C. Control V. Okay. So immediately on clicking this submit button, it will redirect to home server. Here, what we will do? Here we will display the login form. Okay. So how to redirect? See, from HTML page to servlet. Now, from servlet to another HTML. Okay. So how? There is a concept called a dispatcher servlet. Okay. Dispatcher servlet. Let us learn something. Dispatcher servlet. What is meant by dispatcher? So what is meant by dispatch actually? Means dispersing something, right? Here, what it is dispersing? It is dispersing the request. Okay. What is dispatcher servlet? The dispatcher servlet is something that knows to call that method when a browser requests a page. Okay, and to combine its request to the matching JSP file to make an HTML doc. Okay, it will matches. Dispatcher servlet acts as a front controller, means it will control the actual flow. So here from this sublet to any from this sublet, you need to go to index.html. So how to work accordingly? First, you need to have dispatcher servlet object. How to get the dispatcher servlet object? You need to create the dispatcher servlet. Okay. First of all, it is interface provides the facility of dispatching the request to another resource. That resource can be HTML, servlet, or JSP. Both HTML and servlet can be treated as same, because by using HTML and JSP, you can display the content on the browser. Okay, but HTML is used to display the static content, but JSP is used to display dynamic content. Okay. So how to work with dispatcher servlet? By using request object, you need to create the dispatcher servlet object. Okay. See the syntax, method signature. This is the method name. Okay. So this is the return type. By calling the get request dispatcher, you will get the request dispatcher object. Okay. Okay. So see what it is taking. What is this resource? This is nothing but another servlet. ఏ సర్వ్లెట్కి అయితే మనం రీడైరెక్ట్ చేయాలని అనుకుంటున్నామో ఆ సర్వ్లెట్ ఇక్కడ మెన్షన్ చేస్తాం. ఓకే, another servlet or JSP or HTML. Okay, servlet 2 is the URL pattern of the second servlet. Okay, so create the dispatcher object. Request dot get. If you don't know, it is already showing the suggestions. Okay, get a request dispatcher servlet. Double click. Where you wants to go? I wants to go login. Login HTML. It will return what? Request dispatcher object. So hold that. We need a variable. And what is the type of RD? Request dispatcher servlet. No. Import this. Import request dispatcher from Java X.servlet. Okay. So now I got the. Now you need to forward. You just created the request dispatcher servlet with the resource, but you didn't forward it, right? So you need to forward it in the next step. How can you do that? rt.for forward. Then again, what's this request and response? Why? See, consider an example. Consider Facebook or Flipkart. Okay, so multiple users may request the site at any time. Okay, consider two people are requesting. By just clicking on login, he will be redirected to another page. Whenever he is redirected to another page, how that page will know whether the current user is this person or not. ఒక పర్టికులర్ పర్సన్ ఎలా ఐడెంటిఫై చేస్తాం అంటే బేస్డ్ ఆన్ రిక్వెస్ట్ అండ్ రెస్పాన్స్. See, I already logged in this site. Okay, so all in details and ఇక్కడ మెన్షన్ చేసే ఉంటుంది. Whenever I click on something, see the URL. Now see, it will be redirected to mobiles slash. These are internal links. Okay, and this is the item names and so on. Okay, so ఇక్కడ నా రిక్వెస్ట్ ఎలా క్యారీ ఫార్వర్డ్ చేసింది. I just clicked on add iPhone SE, right? So here you may see iPhone SE. See, iPhone SE. Okay, so that it will be identified like this. Means it is forwarding the request. Whenever you are forwarding request, you will needs to carry the previous requested data also. For that, you need to pass the request and response as parameters to this forward method. Okay, so now what will happen when you try to forward this? It will be forwarded to this resource. What is this resource? Now this is HTML file. Okay, now the request will be sent to in login.html. Okay, let us see whether it will be happen or not. Control Shift or else you can go directly click on this. Okay, now right click on this, run as sorry. Just a minute, please wait. Okay, so application is started. Click on see, see the flow. Clicking on here, it is forwarding to home server. Right, internally it is calling home server. What home server intern is doing? Intern, it is creating a dispatcher object, so it is dispatching this current request to login.html. Okay, so it will be control will be transferred to login.html. This is what we are seeing now, right? So click on login. Nothing happened. So give username and password. So now we need to make so we need to do something. Okay, whenever the user click on login, we may see we should show something. Okay, so that he will understand that he is logged in. Okay, so now where should we do the changes? Where should we do the changes right now? See, do you observe this? This is a required field. Why it is asking like this? Because we mentioned a required attribute here. Okay, if you didn't mention required here, it will allow you to submit the form without any data. Okay. Now try to click on this. For this also it is asking. Now see this. Username is Shekhar Naga and password is QWA. Okay. So we reach with this state. So see, instead of showing this, user may not know this whether he's logged in or not. So let us create one more HTML page, okay, which shows the successful message. HTML. Successful message. Successful.html. Okay. So hello. You are successfully logged in. Okay. Saving this, let's stop this and make here. Let's create what we will do, just create the dispatcher servlet. Okay, so get request dispatcher of what successful dot html. Okay, as an to a variable and dispatcher and import. Okay, you cannot call directly like this, right? So in order to create the dispatcher object, you need to have a request object first of all. Request it all. Okay, then rd dot forward. Forward what? Request along with the response. Currently, you don't have response. You are forwarding that request. Okay. So where to forward? Check the spellings. If save this, and now let's run this. Now run on. Let us see this browser. This is not available. Any spelling mistake? Okay. Here we mentioned extra, but here it is single F, here it is double. Okay. Let us stop the circle and save this. Comes. Still. This way. Okay. What we did is we created HTML file in WebIF, but it should be available in web content. Okay, so change. Now let's run. Tell you said you are successfully logged in. Okay. Up now, any doubts? No doubts? If you don't have any doubts, then this is for today's class. Okay. Hope you practice these things. I will provide this code to you. Okay, login. See, Cyberkish. It is not mandatory to learn SQL, but it's better. దీని గురించి తెలియాలంటే ఫస్ట్ we need to know full stack development. Advanced Java key, the Java one. Yes, of course, without knowing Java, how can we write the code? See, మీరు అడ్వాన్స్ జావా ఏం కనిపించట్లేదని మీరు అనుకుంటున్నారు, బట్ ఇట్ ఈస్ నాట్ యాక్చువల్లీ. You can see lot of Java code here. See, what is this? Inheritance. This is private variable, object creation, calling methods. Okay, ఇంకా మనం ఎక్కువ డీప్గా వెళ్ళలేదు, బట్ యూ మే సీ లాట్ ఆఫ్ థింగ్స్ హియర్. These are interfaces, these are APIs. You cannot do something great here, okay, but you have to write logics. See, this is not actually logic for login. Okay, this is not at all a logic, right? So here you may perform some validations. Okay, you cannot simply accept the username and password like this. You need to perform some validation on username and password. Okay, that can be done using Java only. Okay, you may write one method. See, for that you may see some other classes. Okay, so I will explain that later if time permits. జావా ఖచ్చితంగా రావాలంటే 100% రావాలి. ఈవెన్ నువ్వు జావా నేర్చుకోకుండా అసలు ఇట్ ఈస్ ఇంపాసిబుల్. దిస్ ఈస్ ఫ్రంట్ ఎండ్. ఓకే, యూ మే సీ UI, UI technologies. It can be anything here. Here you may see database. Here you see HTML, CSS and Bootstrap. Not big matter. JS matters. Next, Angular. Next, React.js. Next, Node.js. Next, Vue.js. These are all technologies. Okay. Right now we are using HTML, right? in the real-time applications, you may see Angular or React. Okay, mostly. When it comes to programming, you may see Java, Python, .NET, PHP. You will see this. Okay, when it comes to backend, you may see MySQL, Oracle, MySQL Plus, MongoDB. Okay, these are 3 layers. Okay, if you know all these technologies, then we can say that HTML, CSS, JS, Bootstrap, Angular, Vue, React is equals to front-end developer. Okay, Java, C, C++, .NET, Python, Django, Spring, Spring Boot, PHP. These are frameworks. Okay, Django, Spring, Spring Boot, PHP. These are frameworks. If you know these very well, you can get the job role of programmer or developer. Next, MySQL, MySQL, MySQL plus, and so on. Okay, now, and so on. If you know all these things, it can be treated as backend developer. Okay, if you know all these things, you can be treated as full stack developer. Means front end plus programming plus back is equals to full stack developer. If you become a full stack developer, you can do the entire application. But in the real time, you cannot do all these things. ఒకవేళ మీరు చేరింది ఒక స్టార్ట్అప్ అయితే యూ మే గో ఆల్ దీస్ ఫేసెస్ బట్ ఇన్ ఎంఎన్సీస్ యూ మే వర్క్ ఆన్ దిస్ ఆర్ నాట్ ఆల్. ఓకే, బట్ వెన్ ఇఫ్ ఇట్ ఈస్ ఎ స్టార్ట్అప్ యూ విల్ లర్న్ ఆల్ దీస్ థింగ్స్ బికాస్ స్టార్ట్అప్లో చాలా తక్కువ మంది ఉంటారు. సో వర్క్ ఫ్లో అంతా తెలుస్తుంది. ఎందుకంటే లిమిటెడ్ నెంబర్ ఆఫ్ పీపుల్తో ప్రాజెక్ట్ మొత్తం చేసేస్తారు. సో దెర్ ఇస్ ఎ లాట్ ఆఫ్ స్కోప్ for you to learn a lot. If you are working for a startup for at least 2 to 3 years, most probably you will learn a lot of things. Okay, if you work around 3 to 5 years, ఇంకా మీరు చాలా హ్యాపీగా వర్క్ చేయొచ్చు తర్వాత ఎంఎన్సీస్లో చేరినట్టు. ఓకే, ఎనీ డౌట్స్? ఇట్ డిపెండ్స్. మీరు ఇంకా ప్రోగ్రామింగ్ నేర్చుకునే ప్రోగ్రామర్గా ఉంటారు, యూఎల్ టెక్నాలజీస్ నేర్చుకొని ఫ్రంట్ ఎండ్ డెవలపర్గా ఉంటారు, లేదా డేటాబేస్ రిలేటెడ్ వర్క్ నేర్చుకొని బ్యాక్ ఎండ్ డెవలపర్గా ఉంటారు. ఇట్స్ అప్ టు యూ. ఓకే, బట్ కంపెనీస్ విల్ ప్రిఫర్ ఫుల్ స్టాక్ డెవలపర్. ఓకే, బికాస్ హీ కెన్ డూ ఆల్ ద థింగ్స్. So that's it for today's class. Still any doubts? Exam mostly next week. Okay, this week, by end of this week, this course will be completed. Okay, so that after immediate completion of this course we will be having exam. Okay, so we will see the continuation in next class. Thank you. Practicals you need to do. Okay, how can you do practicals here? If you are interested to give the feedback, you can give your video feedback. Okay, by providing video feedback, it's better. Okay, how you feel about this program, or else if you attended core Java uh, from this APSSTC, you can also give feedback. Okay, need video feedback, not text, if you are interested. Okay, then take this feedback form and we will see the continuation in next class.